Listen to the people. Listen to humanity. Listen to the Parrot. Parrot TV. Parrot TV. Parrot TV.
Hi, I am Dustin Pickering from Parrot Literary Corner. You know me, your noble and honest host, and I've got exciting news for you. Last anthology, Series 1, The Literary Parrot, did such a great job. We want to continue to provide this community service to our viewers and to our contributors to the program. So please get up and get a copy immediately. You know, if you're in this book, you want to get a copy. If you're not in the book, you want to get a copy and see what we're doing. You want to be excited with us. We want you on this program, and we hope to see you sometime soon on The Literary Parrot. You have to get your hands on this copy. It's amazing. It's an absolutely beautiful anthology meant just for you. Our past guests have been invited back to contribute yet again to this Series 2. We do this quarterly anthology. We will be doing this after our 200 episode milestone. As of this last quarter, we reached 200 episodes, and past that, get up and get a copy immediately. This is the only TV show on earth for creative writers, and our guests are amazing. They're also community activists building from the ground up. This program is for everybody out there who is a creative mind. Order several copies if you can and donate to local libraries. Give them to your friends, cousins, fans, supporters, anybody that you think loves poetry. And it's not just poetry in this book. Remember, this is creative mind. So we have prose, fiction, short stories, essays, artwork, anything you can think of, artistically creative, photographs. Everything in this book is packed. It is packed. It is just absolutely packed. If you want to get your hands on it now, do you know that there is a publishing company that wants to make life easier for you as a writer? This publishing company is called World Inkers Printing and Publishing. We publish in all different languages, and we're looking for writers of all genres, all formats. We're looking for scholars, ghostwriters, playwrights, poets, short fiction, novelists, you name it. We're looking for anybody who is interested in writing and the craft of writing to be in touch with us. You can reach us at info.worldinkers@gmail.com. With World Inkers Printing and Publishing, you do not require a lot of money to publish with us. Contact us today at info.worldinkers@gmail.com. Become a winner with other authors at World Inkers Printing and Publishing. Give us a shot. We will surely finish you. Are you curious about financial literacy? Then take a look at Professor Anthony Rivecchio's new program on Parrot TV. It's called Financial Focus University. This is an excellent program to learn about questions related to your own finances post-COVID, and how you can manage your money, how you can work with your tax situation. And this is an excellent and informative discussion of financial literacy. With Professor Anthony Rivecchio, your financial problems will be solved at Parrot TV with Financial Focus University. Welcome to World Inkers Network. I'm Dustin Pickering, your noble and honest host. And today we have Gregory Richard Barden. And he's a musician as well as a father and a husband and an excellent poet. He's not available right at this particular moment, so I'm going to read a couple of his poems. And I appreciate your time, you guys watching today. And, it's one of those days where it's cold, so stay warm. I'm going to read his poem, Spindrift. How proper that I found you for my farewell midst those dunes, the sands where I did oft adore your flesh daubed by the moon. Oh, numberless, the softened eves those callow hearts would wend, but promises quite often grieve and swift would come to their end. To press my kiss upon your eye, dove cheek, soft placed a palm, I bent to meet your sullen sigh, so breathe for kindness's calm. Devoutly yours, myself, entire the drought to draw your wine. You yet devoured me, eyes of fire, white-kneed before your shrine. My blood is passion, Let to be the sweet sate for your thirst, a fiery flood. You then set free, a seed consumed and cursed. Oh, how's a laurel placed to brow? This man, so chilled and damned, can bring such deed to thus avow lost love, wrought on the sand. And though I wore a garland, brief so crowned, for summer's death our love had withered as a leaf midst autumn's flaming breath. He wrote that on March 4th, 2021. So it was a little, almost a year old poem. Excellent, timeless language. Beautiful. You can find this next poem on the website, newyorkparrot.com. It's called Sea of Trees. Jade.
The prisoner. I can still smell you on my pillowcase, in the comforter and sheets. Thought about doing laundry, but decided to keep you with me just a little while longer. Riding giants. Each new love affair is like standing in front of a 50-foot wave. It looked doable from shore. Gifts. The son of a bitch left me broke and blacked out, with a stripper's name written in black Sharpie on my forearm, 3 bright orange traffic cones in my bedroom, and a 2-day hangover. He is the best friend ever. Wishful thinking. We kissed once. It was on the corner of Rampart Street in St. Peter, New Orleans. I wish I could say it was that magic movie moment with the perfect song, perfect setup, lighting just right, and bright orange moon overhead. Anticipation giving way to action like the final scene in 16 Candles, when the 2 main characters are kissing on a table, birthday cake shining with lit candles in between, and nothing left to wish for. And when the credits rolled, everyone was already halfway home, satisfied and happy with what the stars brought to them. But our kiss wasn't like that. It was sloppy. We were drunk. The music sucked. There was spilled beer and strangers crowding our space. We could not really call it romantic. We could only admit that it happened once. There have been no second chances. I have had 1,000 more moments between that kiss and today. Some amazing, others incredible, fulfilling and fun, but all have put me here, back here, alone, staring at the stars, with only one wish left.
Corner, brought to you by New York Parrot TV, the voice for humanity. Welcome back. That was Todd Cirillo with some magical music from Sanka Sen. Excellent performance from the 2 of them together on there. So I'm going to read another poem by Gregory Richard Barden. It's called Sea of Trees, and this is available to read on the website for New York Parrot at newyorkparrot.com. Jade canopy waving while it whispers the lush secret. Compelled delicious word of myriad words, casting shadowed merriment in a woven briar carpet. Colored strings winding, waiting, tangled labyrinth, so deep and dark that dew still clings at midday. Leafy tresses tickling azure, sopping sun like thirst, bright and warm above straight trunks, like steady soldiers, fingery tendrils burrow deep to find purchase. Ruddy earth, cool as rime, rich with rooty rot. Nature's marrow to breathe the branches. Fuji's freely garden skirt, listen, tender, soft now. The hush of mysteries, this forest bides all, yet stars still glisten its black heart. Desire, a mossy coat, dour, waiting, hear the voice, lo, the breath of breaths, murmuring, it begs come, in 1,000 gentle lullabies with the language of the ages and the ends, voice, sweet as death, it calls to the misty, meandering, one dire dalliance, grandest adventure of all, the dazzling dream that never wakes. That was written November 16th, 2021. Excellent poem, Greg. Thank you so much for sending those poems our way. We have another poem from Gregory. I'm going to get to it in just a second. It's called Tear, and this one is a new poem. It glistens, can
The prisoner, I can still smell you.
I'm at that age where I appreciate every sunrise, sunset, and all the hours in between. The age that causes me to notice the rhythmic timing of each breath. A reminder to thank God for granting me another day. I'm at that age where joints begin to stiffen and maybe I don't move as fluently as I did at 22. But I'm also at that age where I realize many didn't even get to see today. So I pray on bent and aching knee, thank you, God, for blessing me. I'm at that age where I notice my kids making some of the same mistakes that I did. And I remind myself that although never easy, I made it through and so will they. I'm at that age where I understand that money never buys true happiness. But I'm also at that age where I understand it definitely does help to have a bit.
Welcome back to World Inkers Network. We were going to have Gregory Richard Barden today. He's a musician and a father and husband, and we did not get to get him on. So we're going to read another one of his poems. It's called Tear. This is a new poem. And he's from the Passion of Poetry group on Facebook. So if you like his work, check out the Passion of Poetry group. I definitely recommend it for poetry. It glistens, can you see? Do you see that little drop? The tiny streak that writes your name upon my visage, that etches its damp and dour reality onto what the mirror shines back at me each day. Do you grasp all the wonder and regret that floats there? Do you know the dazzling eyes represented there as I know them? Of a green more emerald than olive, shocked with bolts of gold and glimmering like the sun on the spires of Oz. Oh, the limitless moments I have bartered, plunging their dark mysteries, swimming their exquisite madness, joined to their dreams and yearnings and crazy callow craves. Such a wee drip there, a cheek, diminutive and inconsequential, a tiny briny bead of ocular insignificance. Yet it rolls with the sad sobs of my marrow and holds the wonders and wilds of my spirit. The ache of my squandered passions ply its deepest limits, swirling with an id misunderstood. And a life of chaotic endeavors and endless imaginings. How many such daubs of moisture have trickled there for your sake, dropping to careless insignificance on a cold surface below. An ocean could not hold all the wasted weep that has dangled there without name or number and held the empty promise of your cares, the priceless validation of mortality, the crushing agony of deliverance, the haunting terror of indifference and lack, the sublime sorrows of sweet passions given to a lie, the awkward fear of a gift in absence, the sacred apprehension of a hope held, the wondrous horror that true love may yet be real, the divine grief that it may not be every minute, moment, and mind, each elegant instance and iteration, every tender toil and touch and temperament swims to substance there in that drop, and is the liquid legitimacy of all that I have been and ever shall be, yet all it is to you is an answer, and one more shining, shimmering, bleakly blessed place for you to find your reflection. That was written February 2nd. Gregory Richard Barden. Excellent work, Greg. And, wonderful, wonderful, wonderful stuff. Very heavy, romantic, thick with language, very elucidated language. And I hope that my pleasant enunciations of the words brought out the essential meanings, as well as brought out what we would call the passion of poetry. So let's do a little promotional work with these guys. The Passion of Poetry is a group containing over 17,000 members, if I remember last time I checked. They do certifications. So if you're into that, that's a wonderful place to be promised the certificates. And definitely, want to get involved with these guys as far as sharing your work. If you have literature that you want to share on Facebook, and a group that's safe and secure and gives you a good environment of encouragement, then definitely want to be involved in the Passion of Poetry. It has over 17,000 members. This is a fast growing group. It has a lot of promise, and we're going to have an interview with Annette Tarpley, the founder of Passion of Poetry, concerning certain things related to founding a group on Facebook, as well as some of the strange rules that apply to sharing poetry on a public group that work with literary journals and so forth, and some other interesting questions concerning the founding of the group. So this is a wonderful group to promote poetry, to promote poets, and to help lift your spirits a little bit as a writer. And so if you're interested in that kind of thing, definitely get in touch with the Passion of Poetry, follow that group, and be on there. Gregory Richard Barden, as you've heard his work, is on the Passion of Poetry. So you'll see his work as well as many other wonderful poets with a lot of different ideas and different approaches to literature. And you'll absolutely be enthralled with the performance of the administrators of those groups. And if you have not been paying attention, we are releasing a monthly magazine, and that'll be coming out into February, early March, or thereabouts. And it promises to be exciting and contemporary and offer some questions, as well as, we're not here to answer those questions, but we would like to pose a few questions. We have some conflicting ideas going on in this. We have some beautiful literature. And we have stories that will, enlift your imaginations and make you think quite a bit. We have a human rights essay by Mona Lisa Parida. She's a wonderful writer out of India. And she just released her book, Searching for Serenity, I believe it's called. So check a look at that. And, you guys out there, I know you love literature, so you want to get a copy of this just because you want to, read about Ron Whitehead, what he has to say on the beats. Wonderful piece on the beats. And Carlo Parcelli and his intriguing way of being blunt and honest, to the point of sharpening his sword against the wits of some of the fallow followers of fake. I guess you could call it. Those kinds of people. He's got a way of being blunt and running off the crazies. So we all must be crazy. That's the name of the article. You'll take a look at that. Love that article. It was fun to do that interview with him, and so I'm working on the layout right now. And you guys out there will be intrigued, honored, and just enthralled with what you read. I know it because I'm putting the thing together, and I'm intrigued, enthralled, and honored by what I'm reading. And as far as your guys' submissions, right now we're not taking any more submissions because we're getting very close to filling the entire magazine. It'll be a pretty hefty 60 to 70 pages or thereabouts. So it'll be excellent and beautiful color imagery, photography from Carl Shawarth. So you can take a look at that. And this is just going to be a fascinating, absolutely fascinating creation of the creative mind. So I think you guys out there watching right now, if you have any other questions, just let me know. I'll be happy to answer. So I'm an open door. I don't close. I stay up all night answering questions. So, that's kind of tiring. So, but it's fun. People message me all the time. So if you guys out there haven't heard about the magazine, definitely want to be keeping a lookout on my Facebook page, as well as the New York Parrot and everywhere else that we World Inkers Network. So, Parrot TV offers many different segments. Financial Focus University is a new program that Anthony Rivescio. So you want to take a look at that. We've had the commercial for that program, so that's a great program. The Politics is another great program from Parrot TV. Foreign Policy Review, and upcoming we have some new programs, as well as this World Inkers Network. So this is an excellent program to watch and be enthralled. So we also have the Parkchester Times, which is covering the Bronx. We have Parrot TV, as well as New York Parrot, which covers New York State, New York City, and beyond in the U.S. And New York Parrot covers a lot of international news. So this is a wonderful media outlets to watch if you're sort of frustrated with the anxiety-ridden media narratives that are promulgated by our corporate overlords. So everyone's tired of these guys. I mean, they lie, they cheat, and they're basically not the most honest and most directly honorable people. So you want to listen to me, Dustin Pickering, your noble and honest host. All I know is literature, honestly. I'm not kidding. That's all I really know is literature. I don't know anything. So, what do we all know? We all must be crazy, as Carlo Parcelli will present to you, and he'll tell you why we're all crazy. In his interview on World Inkers magazine, which is coming out at the end of February, beginning of March. So if you're watching right now, subscribe to our YouTube. Like, share, comment. I want to hear from you guys. Tell me what you're thinking. Say what you want to say. Just tell me exactly what's on your mind. Ask any questions you have. And definitely take a look at NewYorkParrot.com for more fascinating entries into the world of literature and the media and what's going on in the world today. So you'll see there also the COVID statistics and a variety of news related to New York City, New York State, international news. So you'll definitely want to look into this as far as yourself. I know a lot of people are looking for answers and questions that are not answerable, but we know the more information we consume, it seems like the more deeper we get into our debt to ourselves as far as answering these questions. It's hard to answer what's going on in the world and to find a reliable source of information, really. So you can trust the New York Parrot, Parkchester Times, and Parrot TV to continue promoting a people's-based narrative that involves a variety of perspectives. So if you are looking for something that is promising, passionate, and as well as people who are wanting to say something that needs to be said that is not being said in the mainstream narratives, a questioning kind of media, then, a thinking person's media, you definitely want to take a look at NewYorkParrot.com, Parkchester Times, Parrot TV. And if you're interested in literature, this program, World Inkers Network, offers you some of the finest minds right now, contemporary minds on the state of literature across the world. We are the best and only daily TV show for creative minds, giving this platform for interviews that relate to all the various trends and thinkings on the state of literature and how do you approach literature, as well as promoting your work. If you're a poet, a writer, a biographer, a scholar, an actor, a musician, anything of that sort, then please be in touch with me at literarycorner@newyorkparrot.com. If you're a creative mind, we want to hear from you. Definitely want to hear from you. It's something very unique and positive to be in the position of being asked what makes you tick. Everyone wants to be heard. There's no place where this is a lot of people are being sidelined by the mainstream. So we want to put people in the front who deserve to be heard and who have a lot of positive things to say and who can offer a sort of chronicle of the historical development as this season of death and destruction unfolds before us. We want something that can be promising and hopeful, as well as questioning. So we love the mind. We love your creative mind. All you guys out there watching today, I know you're watching because you're following us, and you want to know exactly what it is that makes humanity a passionate source of creativity. So I know that's a good question, and I know some of you guys have some thoughts on that. So be in touch with us, Literary Corner at NewYorkParrot.com. We definitely want to hear from you, so don't be shy. I'll schedule you a great time, a date that'll work for you, and we will definitely work out any details, regardless of where you are in the world. We're especially looking for people in countries we haven't represented so far, people from backgrounds we haven't represented as much. So if you've watched the program and followed us for a while, then definitely get in touch with us. And if you've watched and you've been wanting to be on the program and haven't been able to get a spot, I may have missed your email. Go ahead and email me again. Keep reminding me. I get a lot of emails at times and I miss a couple. So don't feel like we've missed you on purpose. Down with our corporate overlords. Definitely down with the corporate overlords. Down as far as possible. Yeah, we know where they're from, so they're going back there. If you're watching again, I thank you so much. Subscribe to our channel on YouTube, World Inkers Network, New York Parrot, all these various outlets that we're trying to combat. If you want to donate and help us out a little bit, we need some help with the programming. PayPal.me/NYParrot. And again, if you have any questions, any matters that you want to discuss, if you'd like to, be in touch with us with a collaboration of some kind, want to be on the show as a guest, you can email me at literarycorner@newyorkparrot.com. It's a great place to be on this program. It's a great hosting duty I do every single day. So there is definitely, how many days of a year are there? Can you count for me? 364, 365. I always lose count. To be honest with you, I lose count of the days of the year. So I'm just saying, that's the number of people we're going to need for this year to be on the program. And I want to thank Greg Barden for being on the program or asking for an interview, but he wasn't able to make it today. But thank you so much for loaning us your wonderful poetry and letting us read it on the program. thank you for being a part of the New York Parrot and as well as part of World Inkers Network. Maybe we'll get you on here another day and another time where you'll be able to make it in and talk with us about your creative process. We want to talk about the creative process because it's a very tricky and interesting thing, and it's very misunderstood. As we know, creative people are sort of, the outliers and the outcasts and the pariahs of this great cultural environment we're creating. A lot of people out there creating stuff now and have the space and ability to do so with the public, the programs like, Kindle Direct or something of that nature. There's a lot of print on demand services now. It makes it easy for us to get books out there and distribute them. It makes it a lot harder to get people to read them, though, because there's so many of them. But we'll hope that it's a winner-take-all system, it seems like. Stephen King makes all the money. He owns like 75% of the book publishing world, basically. So we want to keep doing this. We want to keep doing this program and getting you guys encouraged and heard. And so just keep sharing our content. Keep telling others about us. Suggest to your friends and family, any colleagues you have, if you're working at a university, tell them about us. Get people thinking and considering us as a good source for information and thoughts on the creative process. And again, if you're an actor, a musician, any kind of writer, a scholar, a thinker, if you're a philosopher, we haven't had any philosophers on this program. That might be tricky and fun to see what we can bring out of their mind, their analytical mind. I like philosophy. Everyone out there should be reading philosophy. It's great. So if you're a philosopher, definitely be in touch with us. Literary Corner at newyorkparrot.com. Any creative output you're putting out in the world and you want people to know, we want to hear from you. If you have a video, spoken word performance, or a music video, any of those kinds of things, then send them our way and give us permission to use them, and we'll put them on the program. And tell others again. And if you guys out there are watching today, I remind you, subscribe, like, share, comment, anything you want to say, just get your words out there. We definitely want to hear from you. So without further ado, thanks for joining us on the program today and watching, all those that viewed us today, and share this excellent message and keep a lookout for World Inkers Monthly Magazine as it comes to its fruition. And if you're not writing right now, you're missing out. Your ideas are probably steadily coming into fruition, bringing themselves into your mental space. And so you want to put them on paper before they die out. So go ahead and do that. So without further ado, have a great afternoon. Get to writing. Thank you, World Inkers Network. World Inkers Monthly Magazine is a fine source for your literary interests. It's an all-source magazine with poetry, prose, and essays and articles, as well as interviews. It's all full-color art and photography from a variety of voices and artists. You will find this magazine entertaining. This is an all-purpose readership, and we are looking for new voices. This sleek, full-color edition of World Inkers Monthly Magazine will be something pleasant for your eyes as well as for your mind. And we're looking for authors for one book promotion in the magazine. If you're a business, we want to promote your business. You may submit your book reviews, your academic or non-academic articles on the humanities and the arts, as well as your literary writing and creative output to publication.worldinkers@gmail.com. World Inkers Monthly Magazine does not spare any ink. Keep inking for World Inkers Monthly Magazine. Are you curious about financial literacy? Then take a look at Professor Anthony Rivecchio's new program on Parrot TV. It's called Financial Focus University. This is an excellent program to learn about questions related to your own finances post-COVID, and how you can manage your money, how you can work with your tax situation. And this is an excellent and informative discussion of financial literacy. With Professor Anthony Rivecchio, your financial problems will be solved at Parrot TV with Financial Focus University. Do you know that there is a publishing company that wants to make life easier for you as a writer? This publishing company is called World Inkers Printing and Publishing. We publish in all different languages, and we're looking for writers of all genres, all formats. We're looking for scholars, ghostwriters, playwrights, poets, short fiction, novelists, you name it. We're looking for anybody who is interested in writing and the craft of writing to be in touch with us. You can reach us at info.worldinkers@gmail.com. With World Inkers Printing and Publishing, you do not require a lot of money to publish with us. Contact us today at info.worldinkers@gmail.com. Become a winner with other authors at World Inkers Printing and Publishing. Give us a shot. We will surely finish you.
Listen to the people.